Today we're talking about ordinary advice. Hey, I'm Schanno Johnson. If you don't know me, I'm a musician, composer, producer, and I make videos about all that fun stuff. Music composition, music production. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to see videos like this in the future. I think some of the best advice is advice that's kind of normal and not super fancy and honestly kind of boring and mundane and unattractive to hear, I think. Now, let me explain what I mean. Some really good advice is just very standard. For example, something like practice your instrument 30 minutes a day. That's not new. It's very old. There's nothing new about telling somebody to practice regularly for a certain amount of time and to do it consistently. There's nothing new, nothing fancy, nothing super appealing or glamorous about advice like that of practice your instrument every day for 30 minutes, see how good you are in 6 months, see how good you are in a full year. I did some math, okay? If you do that, you practice just 30 minutes every day for 3 years, you will have practiced your instrument for 547 and a half hours. That's a lot of practice time. That is a ton of practice time. Now, for example, if you've never played guitar before, you're not going to be an amazing guitar player. You're not going to be Guthrie Govan. You're not going to be shredding on guitar after having played 30 minutes a day for 3 years. But you will be so much better at your instrument after having done that, after having practiced every day for 30 minutes. And I know from personal experience that the times when I have improved the best and when I have felt the most comfortable on my instrument, it's been after long extended periods of time of practicing every single day. Now, I do try and practice something on some instrument every single day. At this point, I have not been practicing 30 minutes every day for the past 3 years, but there was a point where I practiced guitar for at the very least 5 minutes a day, and just that 5 minutes, you do that for a month, you'll be surprised at how much more comfortable you feel on the instrument, because even if you're playing the same thing, you're getting your fingers in those patterns, right? The common patterns that you use. You're getting your fingers used to all the movements, all the tiny, tiny movements that they have to do. You're sort of training yourself to do these fine motor skills, these fine movements with your fingers. And then you do that every single day. You're not sort of exhausting yourself. You're not really working your fingers when you do it, but you're doing it so regularly and so consistently that your fingers almost have no choice but to get good at those things, right? And eventually you sort of start to remember where all these different things are on the instrument, right? You're figuring out all these shapes. Maybe if you're playing scale shapes, they come more easily because you've just done them so often. Saying practice every day for 30 minutes for the next 3 years is not, the fanciest advice, not the coolest, hippest advice that you've ever heard, right? It's not, this one trick will make you 300% better at playing guitar. It's not that, and let's be real, that trick probably won't make you 300% better. If you find that trick, let me know though, please. I'm still looking. If you do something like just practice super consistently, or, practice scales every day for 5 minutes, or, play something new on your instrument every day. Something like that, not super appealing, not super fancy, not super glamorous, but it is something that'll help a ton if you do it consistently. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something about music. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.